So today is Wednesday, the 25th or 26th, who knows? And Superman Zero came out today, and I have to tell you, I was pretty nervous. I've been writing now for years, and you'd think that by this point in my career, one more issue would just be an issue, but this was really my first all-out take on Superman, on how I see the Superman universe. And I have to say, I was pretty excited by the response from the reviews. Ain't It Cool News started my day off wonderfully with a really fun review. And then even Newsarama, which isn't always the nicest of the reviews, even they had nothing but nice things to say about it. So it's exciting. And I'm not supposed to read the reviews or read the message boards, but I kind of do. And so it was nice. It was reassuring to think that this take was accessible to people. I'd have to say my favorite part of the Zero issue of Superman was being able to really go in and look at Lara, Jor-El's wife, I wouldn't say it's the first time, because certainly other people have come before me and have done some wonderful things with her, but this was kind of how I was wanting to move ahead with the New 52, presenting her as something more than the, crying mother who sends her baby off into the great unknown. And, we all know why she did it, and everybody can attest that had a good ending. But I think it was really important to show where Superman gets his spirit from, and his kind of in-your-face attitude. Because when you think about, we think about Superman as, truth, justice in the American way, but really, you got to figure there's got to be a tremendous sense of I don't want to say, what's the word, not aggrandizement. Aggrandizement? I'm going to make up a word. I made up a word for you right here, right in front of you. I think the thing about Superman is that he has to, you got to figure he's setting himself up as, he is the most powerful person on the planet, but he's also trying to behave in a way that he thinks is right for people. So you got to have a pretty healthy attitude if you're going to be putting yourself as the kind of the authority figure on a huge planet that isn't even your own planet. So I figure, where does that come from? And I think it's from his mother. I think his mother was kind of always had this kind of adventurous streak and this sense of right and wrong that Jor-El didn't really have to worry about, because to him, science, doesn't really even fall within the realms of right or wrong. There's just, whatever can be done in the name of science is done, and that's that. When you look at Superman's parents, his adopted parents, you see a very straight, solid, good old middle American family. And so, again, to me, it was really fun to get in and really show Lara has, a lot of passion, a lot of love for her husband, and that was a lot of fun to do. As far as the art, Kenneth Rutherford, I don't know. I mean, I've been working in the business for a long time, and it's rare that you come across a guy that can just make everything so fascinating and gorgeous to look at while also telling a story. Sometimes, people can do one or the other. But what was really fun for me is the first time Kenneth and I worked together, we were working on Red Hood and the Outlaws, and I got to a scene where I said, the whole thing takes place in a monastery and it's kind of weird. And the editor read the plot and she bounced it back to me. She said, you have to have more of a description than it's a little weird. And I was like, no, that's the thing. That's how Kenneth works. It's like, I don't need to say, make it the strangest monastery you've ever seen in the history of monasteries. All I have to do is say, this is what it is. Now you go off and run with it. And when you look at some of the art from Superman Zero, you see how excited he is to create a new take on Krypton. In the plot, I suggested that he's talking to his mentor, and his mentor should look like, kind of like Morgan Freeman. So then Kenneth sent back the art, and it turns out Morgan Freeman kind of makes a cameo in the book, because he drew him really like Morgan Freeman. So, Mr. Freeman, if you're out there listening, thank you. You didn't have anything to do with this comic book. You've probably read the surprise ending now. At one of the interviews, I said that there'd be the most unexpected cameo of the Zero issues, and sure enough, there he was. And I have to say, it's funny because I've said this in many, many different interviews, whether it's, recorded or if it's on the internet. But the thing is I like to surprise myself because I figure if I surprise myself, I can surprise the audience. I was going to end on a crypto scene where Jor-El was going to be he's going through an animal shelter and he sees crypto and he's like, that's the one. And then you're going to cut, and the final scene would be Lara, Jor-El, and crypto protecting little Kal-El by the fire. And that was the original plot, and that's what was going to go forward. And I don't know if I had a fever dream or something, but at one point I was like, what if Kal is there? What if he's doing the narration? You'll see in about 6 months why he's there, and we're going to be seeing the story build from the Zero issue up until around issue 17 or 18, and then whammo, and it'll be really surprising. And I know I can tell you, I promise you'll be surprising because I kind of know what's going to happen, but if I figure it out before I get to 17, I'll do something different and surprise myself and surprise you.